And here we are, and let's see where we're coming up. We're waiting to stream. Simon, wave hello to Facebook. Wave hello to another Facebook. Wave hello to LinkedIn. And wave, okay, we are ready to go. Here we go. All right. Dance with me. See, let it snow. Everybody, I've got a save on today. I'm tall, sitting on a big chair. Happy birthday. We are live. Your day.
Celebrating you in this
Such a special way.
Shine.
Shine.
Smile.
Smile.
We're celebrating you in style.
So much style. Can't you see? Look at this. Look at him. Look at me. So much style. Let me tell the Suno Orchestra to pipe down. Thank you to the Suno Orchestra. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Bonnie D. And Simon, he's no longer just Simon M. He uses his middle initial, so it's Simon the Jam. Okay, we've given him a new name, the Jam, underneath this picture. Simon, hello, welcome back. And please tell everybody 1 minute. Who are you? What do you do? And then we'll go on. Go.
Well, yeah. I'm Simon. We revealed in one of the other shows what the J and the A stands for.
I need a little bit louder. I need you a little bit louder.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So we revealed in one of the other shows what the J and the A stands for. So look for it. Find out. I'm not going to tell you now.
What do you tell them about your new company? What are you doing?
So I've been, for most of my life, I've been in consulting, and I just like half a year ago started my own company, Nature Credits. And as the name says, no, we are producing, developing projects with landowners for nature credits, mainly in Germany, also in the EU, but wouldn't say no to projects worldwide either. Super exciting development in that space, and but I don't want to turn this into like an advertising show
Well,
right
you're
now.
coming on my
It's about
technology show to
birthdays.
talk about it soon. So you've been on already. So thank you very much. And I'm happy to welcome you back. And let's get started. It is time to cheer, to toast, to woo. Happy birthday to you and you and you with Bonnie D on her scarlet mic. You can see more of it now. I'm sitting on a very tall chair here, serving up fame and flair with just the right spike. I used to say vintage spike, but I'm not vintage. I'm just spiky. Celebrities and stars from screen to stream and social media darlings who are living the dream. Simon, most of them are so young, I don't know if they're old enough to have a dream, but they're living the dream that some of us wish we should have. And if I could get 10 or 20 million people to watch my stuff, I'd be having a dream. Plus, oddball holidays and music history lore. Let's light the candles with happy wishes galore. Joining me today with his co-hosting flair is none other than Simon the Jam with wit to spare. So welcome, Simon. And I have a new feature I didn't tell you about, Simon. I have the #1 songs on the Billboard Hot 100 from December 9th, every 10 years from 1955. You want to hear a couple of those before we
Yeah,
start?
please go ahead.
Okay. Let me go. I know how young you are, so I won't go too far back. 1965, The Birds, spelled with a Y, had Turn, Turn, Turn to Everything There Is a Season, #1. In 1975, one of my all-time favorites, That's the Way, I Like It. Right, Casey and the Sunshine Band. That was a disco hit, and I was a disco baby. Broken Wings by Mr. Mister was #1 in 1985, and Whitney Houston, Saving All My Love for You, was #1 in the UK. In 1995, Mariah Carey and Boys II Men, One Sweet Day. In 2015, I'm skipping a couple of years here, Hello by Adele, and I still cry when I hear that. I know.
Great
And in
selection.
2025, The Fate of Ophelia, that's this year, by Taylor Swift. I haven't heard that one yet, but a perennial favorite, and you may know this one, is All I Want for Christmas is
Yeah.
You, Mariah Carey. So let's get started with the music history events in December 9th, going all the way back to 1955. I'll start. Elvis Presley performed at the B&I Club in Swifton, Arkansas. Who cares? Well, he had a new song, Heartbreak Hotel, and he said, it's gonna be my first hit. I don't know if it was, but that's what he said. You've got the next one, Simon.
So from 1955, we go to 1963. The Beach Boys released Little Saint Nick, which envisions Santa in a hot rod sleigh.
Little Saint Nick, da 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 da. I'm trying not to sing, but I can't help it. 1965, a Charlie Brown Christmas debuted on CBS in place of the Munsters. Very, very interesting. The famous music score which became synonymous with peanuts, is written by the jazz musician Vince Guaraldi and performed by the Vince Guaraldi Trio. Classic, classic, yes. You,
And we got
Simon, I
1970.
need more volume. I can hardly hear you.
And we got let me change the volume. Let me
Okay,
just
just
double
pump it up
check.
a little.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Here you go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There
That's
you go.
better.
Is that a bit better?
Beautiful. Go ahead.
Great,
Go
perfect.
ahead.
So in 1972, we have Helen Reddy, who becomes the first Australian to land a #1 US hit with I Am a Woman.
Very, very. I am woman. I am woman. Hear me roar. And
I am woman.
I
Yeah.
had an extra in there, Taking Care of Business, featuring the Supremes and the Temptations, debuted on NBC. It was a special in 1968. But jumping ahead 10 years to 1978, Chic had a disco song called Le Freak, and it hit #1. I remember. Do you remember that song? You weren't even alive then, were you? 1978?
No, just not yet.
Not yet. Okay, maybe you heard it through your mother's womb. I don't know. Help me out here. You've got the next one.
We got 1978, the Blues Brothers, John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd released their first single, a cover of the Soul Man by Sam and Dave, whom the Blues Brothers emulated to create the act.
I'm a soul man. Do 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 do. Remember that?
Yeah, that one I do remember. That
Do
one was
you
great.
want to sing it?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Okay. And then in 1989, going ahead 11 years, Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire hit #1 in the US. What a song. People were playing it everywhere at events, I think at bar mitzvahs, at maybe weddings, at conferences, and everybody knew the words. We Didn't Start the Fire. Very, very famous song. And you've got one more for us that's right around this season. Go ahead, Simon.
So we got 2023, thanks to a new music video, Brenda Lee's 1958 song Rocking Around the Christmas Tree goes #1 in the US 65 years after its release. The longest a song has ever taken to reach the top spot. And in 78, she is the oldest artist ever to top the charts. So,
Do you remember that song?
yeah, of course. Of course I do
Rocking
remember that one.
around the Christmas
I
tree,
didn't know that
have
was
a
that old, to be
happy
honest.
holiday. Yes, it's from 1958, way back in the day. And I'm happy Brenda Lee finally got to #1. It's about time. Let's go to some celebrity birthdays. Famous, 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 fabulous actress, beautiful woman, perennial, ever, ever, ever. They say she's retired. I don't believe it. Judi Dench is the ripe young age of 91 today. Happy birthday, Dame Judith Olivia Dench. What a beautiful name. She's, I don't believe she's retired, English actress, considered one of Britain's greatest actresses on stage and screen. I think she's one of the world's greatest actresses. She's won an Oscar. She's won a Tony. She has 2 Golden Globe Awards, 4 British Academy TV Awards. That's BATA. 6 British Academy Film Awards, 7 Olivia Awards. I don't know what her award shelf looks like, Simon, but it must be very, very big. She made a professional debut back in 1957 with the Old Vic Company, starred in a whole bunch of Shakespearean plays. And then she went into films, and interesting, she won a BAFTA award as the most promising newcomer. Somebody must have seen the talent back then. On TV, she starred in the romantic comedy A Fine Romance for 4 years, 81 to 84. As time goes by, I remember seeing that, 1992 to 2005 on BBC One. She became internationally well known, playing M in 9 James Bond films, starting with GoldenEye in 1995 and her final cameo appearance in Spectre 10 years ago, 2015. Interestingly enough, her parents were involved in the theater. Her dad was a doctor, but he was the GP, general practitioner, for the York Theatre Royal. And he knew a bunch of stars, and her mom was the wardrobe mistress for the same group. Actors stayed in their household all the time, and she had regular contact with the theater, and that might have sparked her interest in becoming an actress. Interesting story. Happy birthday, Judi Dench. You've got another great one, Simon.
Yeah, this is a really great one as well. John Malkovich, age 72. I mean, I guess I think everybody out there knows him probably. He was an actor on stage, film, and television. He made his Broadway debut as Biff in 1984, in the 1984 revival of Arthur Miller's play Death of a Salesman. and directed Harold Pinter's play The Caretaker in 1986. His film roles include, and there's a lot of them, The
Yep.
Killing Fields, The Dangerous Liaisons, being John Malkovich, of course, Shadow
Hmm.
of the Vampire, Burn After Reading, Red,
Mm.
Ghost World in 2001, Juno, I like the movie a lot, to be honest, and The Perks of Being a Wallflower in 2012. TV appearances in 2018 to 19 in Billions and
Yes.
Space Force in 2020 to 2022 and pre-fame in 1976. Actually, he became a charter member of the Steppenwolf Theater Company in Chicago with John
Ah,
Allen, Gary
Sinise.
Sinise,
Yes.
and Sinise?
Yep.
Sinise?
Sinise.
Glenn Hadley, and in 1980 he moved to New York City to appear in a Steppenwolf production of the Sam Shepard play True West. One of his first film roles was an extra in Robert Altman's 1978 film A Wedding with Joan Allen, Terry Kinney, George Wendt, and Laurie Metcalf.
He has been hanging out with some interesting people, all of whom made names for themselves in the acting world. Happy birthday, John Malkovich. He's a young 72. And I like his sense of humor. He can play very wry characters and very serious characters. I'm a big fan of the TV show Billions. If you haven't seen it, Simon, there were 7 seasons.
I have
It's
not.
gone. I would recommend it. I think it was a Showtime series. And he was on as a very shall we say, a very eccentric and, if I remember, very, very evil, very powerful, very wealthy man. It was all about people in hedge funds and the people who worked in these companies. Very interesting, a lot of power plays going on. And the opening scene of Billions, which didn't involve him years before, that will catch your attention if you see the series. Let's move on. Beau Bridges is 84 today. Oh my goodness. Full name Lloyd Burnett Beau. That was his nickname. Bridges the third. Oh my goodness. The son of the actor Lloyd Bridges, who starred in a underwater show called Sea Hunt. And he is also the brother of actor Jeff Bridges. Known early on as appearing with Jeff brothers in The Fabulous Baker Boys. In 1989, he appeared in the 1993 to 94 CBS comedy western series Hearts, Harts, of the West at a Nevada dude ranch with his dad. In 1995, he starred with his father and his son Dylan. Boy, talk about family time, with his son Dylan in The Sand Kings, which was the pilot of the sci-fi Showtime series The Outer Limits. And he is on a new show called Matlock, which is a kind of a riff on the old Matlock lawyer detective show. This is a new version starring Kathy Bates, who is a wonderful actress, and he plays the very evil senior partner in the law firm on Matlock. And they don't call him by his name, Howard Markison. They call him Senior. If that tells you anything. He's always up to no good. He's always one step ahead of people trying to unseat him, and he just knows his way around. He gets people to do things by, I just say, power plays. He wanted to be a basketball star. And in his freshman year, he was at UCLA under legendary coach John Wooden. Happy birthday, 84. Beau Bridges, still working. You've got the next one. This one's a little controversial. Go ahead, Simon.
So we are talking about Felicity Huffman, age 63. Happy birthday. She's an actress who starred as Lynette Scavo in the TV series Desperate Housewives.
Hmm.
So yeah, that was still quite a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
I've watched I actually watched some of them.
I watched more than some of it.
Don't tell.
I
She
was
also
addicted to it.
she
Every
also
Sunday. Yes.
she also starred in the films including the courtroom drama Reversal of Fortune in 1990. We got Magnolia in 1999, Phoebe in Wonderland 2008, and Cake in 2014. From 2015 to 2017, she starred in the ABC anthology crime drama American Crime. She is married to actor William Macy, and in the news, she was arrested and convicted for her involvement with a 2019 nationwide college entrance exam cheating scandal.
Oh, yeah. And what's funny is, and
I
not so
haven't heard about that
funny.
one.
Okay, listen, if you look at the film she's been in, Reversal of Fortune, Mm-hmm. And the series she was in, American Crime, let's just leave those on the table because that became her life. She only did, I think, a couple weeks in jail and a very small fine, but she had about 250 hours of community service for part of her sentence. Let's move on and happier
For an
times today.
exam cheating
I
scam. For an exam cheating, exam cheating, you end up in prison.
These weren't exams. They were falsifying their children's backgrounds, resumes to get them into top
Oh,
colleges.
okay, 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 fine, fine, fine,
Remember
fine, fine.
that?
Okay, yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
fine.
Lori
Yeah, there you
Loughlin
go.
was involved. Philip
Okay,
St.
fine.
Huffman, a
I was
lot of
like,
people were involved. Big, big deal.
mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The rich and powerful. Okay, let's
Mm.
move on. Donny Osmond talking about rich and powerful. Let's just go with powerful. 58. He's only 58. Are you kidding? Singer, dancer, actor, TV host, former teen idol. Ooh, ooh, ooh. He started being famous at age 5. Why? He was performing with 4 of his older brothers. They had a lot of people in the family. The Osmonds, and they were getting top 10 record hits and gold albums at 13. He said, enough of this stuff being with the family. I want to have a solo career. And he went and got more top. Can you imagine being 13 years old and having your own music career and top 10 songs? I don't know. What have we been doing with our lives? With his sister Marie, he starred in the 1976 to 79 variety series. What else? Donnie and Marie. But his name came first. Well, D is earlier in the alphabet than M. He hosted a syndicated talk show and they headlined at a Las Vegas residency, which is a big deal at the Flamingo, Las Vegas from 2008 to 2019. Before fame, the Osmond brothers, the group, didn't get an audition for the Lawrence Welk show. Their father said, get in the car, kids. We're going to Disneyland. They performed as a barbershop quartet and they appeared on a TV special, Disneyland After Dark. And guess who was there? Andy Williams, the singer, the TV host. His father, Jay, said, I like those Osmonds. I think they're pretty good. Come and audition for my son's show. And they became regulars on the show. In 1963, when he was just 6, Donny Osmond debuted on the song singing, You Are My Sunshine, My Only Sunshine. There you go. So happy birthday, Donny Osmond. You've got the next one.
The next one is Jesse Metcalf, and he's 47, actor and producer who played teen gardener John Rowland on ABC's Desperate Housewives. Again,
Yep,
Desperate Housewives.
yep.
There you go. Who had an affair with ever luxurious married character Gabrielle Solis. He later starred as Christopher Ewing in the TNT revival of the television show Dallas. He played the guitarist singer Trace Riley in Hallmark's Channel's TV series
Chesapeake.
Chesapeake Shores and sang and composed several of the songs on the show.
He was
He
good.
played the title character in John Tucker Must Die, and pre-fame, he actually modeled in print and commercials for 17 and YM.
Young Miss. Thank you. Happy birthday, Jesse. And there's 2 people from Desperate Housewives. Both, he's the younger brother of Philip. No, he's not. Simon Helberg, one of my favorite actors. He's all of 45 today. Actor, comedian, played Howard Wolowitz on The Big Bang Theory. And he was ranked, Simon, interesting, and Forbes 2018 list of the highest paid TV actors. He had an income of $23.5 million that year. And he was number 3 on the list. Amazing. He has appeared in the 2004 film A Cinderella Story. He played Cosme McMoon in the 2016 very interesting story, movie with Meryl Streep and Hugh Grant called Florence Foster Jenkins, about a woman who thought she was a singer, and he was her pianist, and it was kind of sad. Since the early 2000s, he's performed in a sketch comedy group with somebody named Derek Waters as Derek and Simon, and they had a web series called Derek and Simon, the Show, with the comedian Bob Odenkirk for the comedy website Super Deluxe, and happy birthday to all of them. And I will save the happy birthday music till we do the next set. Let's do our 4 social media stars here. We have a young man named DEJI with a capital D and a capital J, Dejai. He is 29. Why is he on my list today, Simon? Are you sitting down, Simon? Do you have your seatbelt on?
Yeah.
He has not only just a mere 12 million plus subscribers, he has over 2 billion views. 2 billion views, and he's 29. He's a YouTube sensation known as the Comedy Shorts Gamer, whose videos use a blend of comedy, gaming, and family pranks. challenges and reaction videos. I need to go see him. Do you think he needs more followers and views, Simon? Should we get a,
Yeah, we should
should
definitely
we get
help
a
him.
bunch of people to help him out? Happy
Yeah,
birthday,
yes.
Dejai. Okay,
Happy birthday.
you've got the next one. Go ahead.
I'm too old. Okay, TikTok. Yeah. So we go like from YouTube to TikTok, and we're talking about Booba Collins. Well, he's a he, first of all. It's important, 23, 1.6, a mere 1.6 billion subscribers and 120 million views. So that's a small light compared to DG that we just had before. What does he do? Of a lid, 120 plus million views of a lid spinning on a boiling pot of water.
That's 120 million views of just that video.
Yeah,
Just
that's
120 million. Maybe there were only 3 or 4 people who watched it 120 million times. What do you think?
well, when I just boiled the spaghetti for my wife, it was only me watching, so there was one viewer, and not even my wife came late, so it would have been two. Hey, maybe I should go on TikTok. Then I got some more viewers. That's
Maybe you
great.
should. You could get the pot spinning, and then she walks in and say, "Hey, we've got 2 viewers now." What does he do? He's a
I got
comedian. Go ahead, read the rest.
I got 2 viewers in real life. Yeah, not even like, well, it was just me then. What else do we know about Booba Collins? We could just call
Bubba,
him
Bubba,
Booba.
Bubba. Yeah.
Baba, Huba Booba. Baba Collins posts comedic skits and relatable scenarios, showcasing his unique perspective on everyday and random situations with his distinctive sense of humor.
I
So
think
I will watch this lid spinning video because I don't know. There must be this unique perspective in there somewhere
must
that
be.
makes
And
you famous, apparently.
we're
So
going
happy birthday
also,
to you.
happy birthday. We have a young lady on TikTok. Her name is Jasmine Criswell, and she is 32, a little bit older, but she's reversed. Bubba Collins is 23. She's 32. She only has, well, she's doing better than he is. She has 18.7 million plus followers. He only had 1.6. She's a Scottish-born influencer and filmmaker, known for her vintage fashion, and she dresses like Marilyn Monroe. I've seen the pictures. Looks like her, the hair and everything. She posts fashion trends and closet and beauty room tours and clothing hacks with the 1950s aesthetic. And she and her husband live in a Spanish-style house in Hollywood, once rented by the real Marilyn Monroe and her real husband, Joe DiMaggio. Interesting? There
Mm.
you go. So she said, I'm going to live in the house that they lived in for a while. Let me go use her style. So you've got the last one on. Go ahead. You've got the last one.
Okay, I got the last one and the first. We got one YouTube, 2 TikTok, and now we got one Instagram. Country Wayne,
Yep.
age 38, 37 million plus subscribers, and
3.7. 3.7. You inflated it. 3.7.
3.7. 3.7. So Wayne is a stand-up comedian who creates short sketch videos. And in his pre-fame period, he originally hoped to have a music career, and but after his melodic efforts failed, so that's probably part of the sketch and comedy idea there. He realized his true calling was making people laugh.
I think
So
that's what happened in Florence Forster Jenkins, the movie we just talked about. Let's get a little bit of.
and probably they laughed at his like melodic efforts. So
There you go. That's the laughter, and
there
here's
you
the
go.
happy birthday cheer for everybody. Oh, let me get the
Happy
volume up
birthday.
here. Happy birthday, everybody. There we go. Okay, it's a beautiful thing. Okay, now we have a couple of holidays. I'm going to start the first one, and this is in honor of somebody in my family who is studying to be a veterinary surgeon. Okay, so I found this holiday and I thought this would be interesting. So shout out to my Sarah. So, International Veterinary Medicine Day. In the beginning, Simon, the practice of taking care of animals and preventing and curing their diseases went back to the Neolithic period, where they had evidence recorded of a cow that underwent, let's just say, skull surgery, and the cow was in pain, and they drilled into the skull to alleviate the pain and treat the injury. That was the very first in Neolithic. Go ahead. What's next?
Okay, that's crazy. We're talking about the second millennium BC. So that's 2000 to 1001 BC. when the papyrus of Kahun from the 12th dynasty of Egypt is known to be the first written record of veterinary medicine still in existence.
And then if we go a century later, closer to today, third century BC, which is 300 to 201, way earlier, way earlier from us, but closer to us. During the rule of Emperor Ashoka in India, a treatise titled Shalihotra Samhita records that everywhere King Piyadasi, Ashoka, made two kinds of medicine available, medicine for people and medicine for animals. So it had been elevated to the acknowledgement of a king. Interesting. Go ahead.
So, and now we turn another 1,000, oh, a bit more, 1,500 years later. So in 1,356, um, the horse doctoring, it was called, was one of the first organized veterinary professions to emerge in the Arabic world in the 9th century because of the economic and military significance of horses. The horse hoe makers, aka farriers of London, were encouraged by the Lord Mayor to form a fellowship in 1356 to improve their practice of tending to horses.
Interesting. Horseshoe makers. I didn't know they were called farriers. Interesting. So they were the ones who first started. So, in other words, from the feet up, they started doctoring horses as a veterinary profession. Interesting. In 1762, we're moving ahead, 406 years after the outbreak of something called rinderpest among cattle. The first veterinary school was established in Lyon, France, by Claude Bourgelat. A legend in the field, Britain got its first veterinary school in 1790. That was 28 years later, while the U.S. first public vet college offering a 4-year degree was Iowa State. A century later, we were kind of behind the times, but eventually we got there. Go ahead.
Now we are in 1863, and the practitioners from 7 states in the US convened to form the United States Veterinary Medical Association, the USVMA, which becomes AVMA in 1898.
There we go. And today, the latest figures published by the AVMA, okay, the United States of American Veterinary Medical Association. There are 133,394 vets in the U.S. That's veterinarians, not veterans, and probably some veterinarians. There are 309,144 veterinary doctors in Europe. The profession is growing in global significance with the rise of, zoonotic diseases that spread from animals to humans. So here's to all of the veterinarians who are taking care of our animals. And it looks like by extension, Simon, they're helping to take care of us too. Okay. So you've got the next holiday. This is a PIP. I think that's a funny word to say. Go ahead, you start us off.
So holiday number 2, the National Opal Apples Day
Ooh.
is today. So I did just check that. I've never in my life eaten an opal apple. So, but maybe it's time to try. Maybe today is the day. And opal apples are actually one of the most sought after out of 7,000 varieties of apples. And they're known for their vivid yellow golden appearance. So those are those really yellow, golden yellow apples, unique crunch, and sweet and tangy flavor. Opal apples have one-of-a-kind oxidation resistance properties and are non-GMO. Opal apples are in season from US November through June and are available in major grocery stores across the US.
I have never been aware of them until I researched this. The main thing people value these for, apparently, Simon, is they don't turn brown. So you can cut them hours.
Because they are already brown when you buy them, kind of.
No, they stay fresh. Oh, stop. In 1999, Opal.
Oh, and by the way, it's worth mentioning we are not paid by the Opal Apples Association.
No, we're not.
We're doing that for free. It's the Opal Apples Day. We're not getting any money for that. It sounds like an advertising. It's not.
And I left my opal jewelry in the other room. Opal is the brand name for the apple cultivar UEB 32642. That's the official name. Originated when botanists at the Institute of Experimental Botany in Prague, created a natural crossing between, well, let's take a Golden Delicious and let's take a topaz apple. Let's mix them together. Let's put the seeds together. Let's grow a new apple called an apple cultivar. And it's so beautiful. We're going to call it the Opal. That's when it happened in 1999. Simon.
Okay. And in 2010, the UEB 32642, in other words, the opals, are introduced to the. It doesn't pop that really, no.
No, it
So
doesn't.
the opal is just. So the UEB 32642 are introduced to the US and exclusively North America, growing and selling rights to the opal apple until rights to the opal apple were obtained by the First Fruits Marketing, which does not hold global growing rights. Opals are also cultivated in Austria, in Italy, Spain, Germany, Slovenia, France, and the United Kingdom.
That means you can find them in Germany.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I probably have. I don't know why I never grabbed one of those.
I have to go look for them. In 2015, opal apples were sent to the astronauts, the opal nauts, in the International Space Station. I don't know who was on the space station at that point, but I'm sure they enjoyed them. You?
In 2021, world-renowned chef Wolfgang Puck serves opal apple spring rolls to the guests at Paris Hilton's wedding.
Oh my goodness. And finally, First Fruits Farm sponsored the first National Opal Apples Day, which includes a survey and a fun quiz in 2022. And that's all we wrote. Dance out with me. Let it snow. Oops, backwards. There we go. I'm debuting my shirt.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's your day.
Somebody's day.
Celebrating you in this special,
So special.
way. Party shine.
Shine.
Laugh and smile.
Smile.
We're celebrating you in style.
So much style. Ba, 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 da, ba, ba, da, 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 ba, ba, da, 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 da. If we got up and danced, they would.